this lady will stop. Do you hear me? And then you will be fired first. You don't even know if I'm there. I know you know. Oh, you think I'm not a mystery shopper? I'm a mystery shopper of this place. You don't even know. You think you're one from this and that.
Hey.
Why are you touching me like that on your
Sergeant, serve me right now. Serve me my training. I didn't do anything wrong. Exactly, thank you. And then come and serve me. Come and serve me. Thank you. What did I do wrong? Why didn't she serve me? Just because she's watching you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Gossip with CD. Yes, we changed the channel name to Gossip with CD. We are no longer GNU according to CD, but we are now I wanted to say according to CD, but I was like, let's just do Gossip with CD, because here we are going to spill some teas about some of the things that some of y'all are getting up to out there. So if you want to keep yourself outside of this channel, we need to behave ourselves. Guys, I have a question. You know, I grew up in the ANC. I grew up in the ANC family and all of that stuff. As far as I have known, the political party had several wings. You had the Women's League, you had the Youth League, and you had the Veterans League, which I think was dissolved subsequently. But I have never heard of ANC bitch or bitches. When was that wing established in the ANC? Because on the 26th of December 2024, we learned on FlySAFAIR trip from Durban to Cape Town from a person that was drunk by the name of Nobuntu Mkhize, who apparently was looking for her father in that flight, asking people, do you know who my father is? And everybody are like, as if we care. Well, if you don't know who your father is, how are we supposed to know who your father is? Okay, anyways, jokes aside, this is apparently the daughter of Kaba Mkhize. I don't know who he is, and I don't think I cared much to know who he is, but apparently he was some kind of a journalist, a big deal journalist. I think if he was in the popular culture or pop culture, I may have known about him, but I have no idea who this man is. I would not even be able to point him on the streets. I don't know who he is. But anyways, guys, I always say, in fact, this is how I was brought up, that as an adult, I'm not talking when you were a kid, because when a kid, you are still in the rebellious stages and you are just your own autopilot, basically. But when you are an adult and your mind and your brains and your faculties are back together, how you present yourself in public represents your upbringing, how your parents brought you up. Now, these Nobs Nobuntu, I'm not saying that her father, whom she was looking for on that flight, was a bad parent, because sometimes parents do all they can, but their children, they end up disappointing the very parent that did everything in their power to bring them up as upstanding members of society. And this is also how your children can destroy the little legacy that you have built for yourself, and you thought you were leaving it behind for them to nurture it, to grow it, and also promote that legacy. And do you think that Nobs Mkhize, that is what she did to her father's legacy? No, because now some of us are asking ourselves, what kind of a father was he to Nobs? To a point where she embarrasses him, embarrasses his legacy on a flight from Durban to Cape Town. That's just my opinion, guys. And that's how I was brought up, to look at things this way, all right? So now, you guys have been asking me, hey, CD, can you please do the story about Nobs Mkhize? And I'm like, okay, who that is? I had no idea this was happening, because I was busy enjoying my December and holidays and taking a break from social media. And I had to look into it. And you guys also know that I'm not a person that watches the news either. I basically get most of my news online. newspapers, but I have not been looking at them during the course of December and just before the New Year's. And lo and behold, oh my goodness, I could not believe what I was seeing on that flight. I was like, does this woman even know anything about aviation laws? They are there for all of us to know that in a flight you behave in a certain way. There are words that you are not allowed to use when you are on a flight in an airport. But she pleaded ignorance to all of those. And if I remember correctly, somebody once told me that ignorance of the law is not a defense. There are tens and tens of thousands of laws in this country. Apparently, we need to know all of them. Just because you didn't know such a law existed does not mean it does not exist. So you will have to suffer the consequences for violating that law. Right? So now, this Nobs Mkiza lady, who clearly, from what I've seen in pictures pre-boarding, she was sitting with her boyfriend in a lounge, I think it's an airport lounge, and they were drinking spirits, allegedly. And she hops on this flight, and then she says she was sober as a judge when all of that commotion took place. And I'm thinking, a sober person will behave in that manner, especially a sober person that understand their position in the SABC, the person that they are. I mean, as an Mkize or Kaba Mkize's daughter, you would think twice if you were sober as a judge. You wouldn't have behaved in the manner in which that she behaved. But I was a little bit confused as well that in domestic flights, because I know international flights, you would not have boarded drunk. But with domestic flights, I was like, don't they also check if you are sober? And I'm not saying they should breathalyze people. I think what they call this, the gay people should be able to tell that, yeah, we have a very wet person. When I say wet, I'm talking drunk. And therefore, we cannot allow them to board this flight. But then again, I thought maybe because it is a domestic flight, it's a short flight, but if a screaming baby that one cannot stand for just 45-minute flight from Joburg to Durban, can you imagine a ANC bitch for 2 hours? Oh my goodness, that will drive anybody crazy. Anyways, let's get to some of the things that I've learned about this woman. So she charged at a flight attendant, whom I understand is a colored lady, and then she went off at her and basically racially abusing her and also pointing unfactual things about her on the basis that she is a colored lady. Some of the things that she said were horrible. That colored people are loose, they're always on their back opening their legs, and I'm thinking, child, what on earth? What kind of an adult that talks like this? It's as if Noms was in some girl high school grounds and fighting with another girl, but the other girl is not fighting back. I mean, seriously, that was just uncalled for at all. And then she proceeds to throw a drink. I think it was a can of Coke and still had content inside. Basically, hit her with it and said, "Serve me a drink." I'm like, oh my gosh. Surely she knows assault is a crime in South Africa. But she says she had no idea that her conduct was unlawful. Aibo. Aibo. And then she doubles down instead of saying, wait a minute, what I'm doing is wrong. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. No, she doubles down. And now this whole thing escalates so much so that she actually she yanked her own wig off. She yanked her own wig off, and then she revealed some quite shocking truths. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's continue. Then this lady continues with the racial profanities against this flight attendant, and then she started name dropping, particularly her father, asking that, do we know who she is? The people that were in the flight, if they knew who she was, who her father was, who gives a rat's tail? And then she says, I am an ANC bitch. And I'm like, woo, okay. I never heard of that wing of the ANC before. Tell me more, girl. What's happening? What is an ANC bitch? What is it? Does anybody know what an ANC bitch is? Because that was the first one for me. Section 135 of the Civil Aviation Act was definitely violated. And if you are found guilty, from what I understand, you can serve, if you're found guilty, 6 months, 6 months to a year, including a fine. Hopefully, she is going to learn a lesson. And then, of course, the political parties came out to play as well, because this is an opportunity for them to score some political points. But then again, I don't blame the political parties, because the perpetrator is the one that brought in the ANC and basically introduced a new wing of the ANC, the ANC bitch. I don't know what that still means, guys. I have no idea what that means. And then, of course, the DA, the PA, and other political parties condemned this conduct of Miss Nobs Mkhize, so much so that the DA and the PA accompanied the flight attendant, I can't remember her name, to a police station in Cape Town to open a case of crime and injuria. In case you don't know what a crime and injuria is, it is a criminal offense in South Africa where you racially or you call a person a certain word that is derogatory, and the person takes an offense and go and open a case of crime and injuria. And if you are found guilty, you would either pay a fine. If it's not a fine, it is a prison term, or both a fine and a prison term. And as far as I understand, crime and injuria, you can serve up to 2 years imprisonment. All right. The other thing that also happened, the SABC condemned her behavior. And I'm thinking, okay, this is an era where people are losing their jobs for saying things that are unsavory towards other people. And I'm not saying that the the SABC, might as well ANC, must ignore the Labor Relation Act and all the processes that needs to be followed. But there are policies, I believe, that should not tolerate racial what do you call this, profanity or racial slurs or racism towards another South African or anybody for that matter. And therefore, that alone should conclude to a person losing their job or demoted. But the SABC just condemned her. But from the time of filming this video, I don't know what SABC has taken a decision on regarding her. Hopefully, we are going to hear what's happening with that. And the ANC itself was like, what? No, 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 no. We don't know her. ANC distanced itself from Miss ANC Badge. And then I was like, okay, but you are not mentioning anything about a wing, Mr. Mbalula, of ANC Badges. What is that? Can you please clarify what is an ANC bitch? Because I'm a little bit confused here. All right. FlySAFAIR placed a Nobs on a no-fly list and also said in the future she is not welcome on board. So meaning that Nobs, obviously, she works for the SABC, a top position in the organization. And that also includes her traveling around the country as a brand manager. How is he going, or how is she going to be utilizing any flights in this country? Because I don't think Airlink is going to have her on board. I doubt Lyft is going to have her on board. Maybe SAA might, but I don't think they would take that chance with her. I wouldn't take a chance with her either. Absolutely. Domestic and international flights for that matter. So SABC, you got some thinking to do when it comes to this individual. So the part that I'm very happy about is that on the 28th, she was arrested and then she appeared in court, I think same day or something like that. And this, I don't know what has happened since upon filming this video. Maybe she did appear again today. I would not know yet. I will come back and let you know when she's appearing in court again. Of course, this would be on section 135 of the aviation, what is it called again? Civil Aviation Act. I think that is what she appeared in court for basically endangering the passengers in that flight on the 26th of December 2024. Now, what are my thoughts? My thoughts, the first thing that I want to know is, what is an ANC bitch? Come on, ANC. Can you explain to us what is that? Okay. And then I'm also wondering, how did Knobs get that job at the SABC? I mean, was it advertised? When was it advertised? And what made them think that she was the best candidate for that position? I mean, hello, she's an NCBH, right? So I don't know, but it's quite interesting to find out about all that information. And the other thing that I'm thinking about is the silence, that deafening silence of the anti-Chris Brown movement. Yeah, a woman was assaulted here. Yeah, where are y'all guys? And also, I'm not quite surprised at Nom's behavior, the entitlement, the disrespect, the thinking that she's better than everybody, and name dropping because she's an ANC bitch. And you know how the ANC despises the people of South Africa, right? So it's not surprising at all. It's not. So all she was demonstrating is ANC entitlement on that flight. She made this whole thing about the ANC. So why shouldn't we not talk about the ANC in this matter? Even if somebody comes say, but this is not the ANC, she's the one who mentioned the ANC. It's not us. She did. And now that she did, we are looking at it and we're like, yeah, it makes sense why she's behaving the manner she's behaving. She is demonstrating ANC privilege and an entitlement that she cannot be touched. Hence, she was name dropping. This is sad, guys. It is upsetting, and I hope that justice will take its course and the flight attendant, she gets the justice that she deserves. And I'm so sorry, ma'am, that you had to go through such a horrible human being on that flight. You did what you needed to do. I saw and I watched the videos. You were very calm. I guess it's part of the training. It's very impressive. I was quite impressed by the flight attendants' demeanor. How do you guys say it? You Gen Zs, you know what I'm trying to say here. But anyways, guys, those are my thoughts regarding what happened on the 26th of December 2024 in the FlySAFAIR flight from Durban to Cape Town, where Unobuntu Mkhize, the daughter of Kaba Mkhize, I still don't know who he is, guys, honestly speaking. But apparently she was looking for him. Do you know who my father is? No, we don't. Asma Sisi. But good luck in finding him. Anyways, guys, don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I am in January with the rest of y'all. And please let me know, what do you guys think about the name change? I would like to know. But anyways, even if you do say something, it's too late. Anyways, see you later. Bye.